How does someone get an RBI? You get people on base in scoring position.
Produce at all.
That is an actual lie.
Offensively, you did nothing.
Because if I did nothing offensively, then a runner that I hit with wouldn't have touched home plate.
Luke, you hit the ball to first. The guy didn't move. He let you go to first. It was a fucking error. They gave you a base hit.
Yeah.
And that was their mistake. I ran
that was their mistake. And then I stole second.
Yes,
and then Jesse hit the gap. And then I ran home.
But it wasn't your upside. It was their downside.
Which is my upside.
I mean, I guess, but no.
Yes.
Bottom line is you gave up 4 runs. I will say 3 because of what Luke did.
0.
Luke could have possibly tried to throw the ball. Yes. We don't know what would have happened if you threw the ball.
I saw very fast speed and him already basically at the fucking plate. So I'm like, I'm not even going to touch the ball.
Luke, if I were you, I was throwing the ball.
Probably. But I looked at the thing and I'm like, okay, I just got the ball. He's like 5 feet from home. I'm just going to hold this. There's no point in throwing it.
Well, Tyler started the podcast, so I guess we're live.
Yep.
Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa! Yeah. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top, baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good, I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't have a love without the trusting, yeah. I can see the top, I wanna touch it, yeah. We been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy, yeah. Hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them, yeah. And I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end, yeah. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about it, go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side. I remember.
Like we said, welcome back to Rabbitide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 68. It's another Saturday, back-to-back Saturday podcast, which is essentially just back-to-back podcasts filled with news on different days.
What he said is accurate.
It's true. It's true.
So
What he said is accurate.
This should be the last time that we do this Saturday thing, and obviously until football schedule goes back. But we should be back to the Wednesday thing for the next month because things got a little rambunctious the past couple weeks. But I think we should be back on schedule for the podcast going forward. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't make promises you can't.
Well, I'm saying this confidently, but Tyler's looking at me the whole time like, are you sure about that? And now I'm not sure.
Can we ever really be sure?
Not really.
Do you know what the days hold? Nah.
No idea.
That's a good point.
Maybe we'll see you next Wednesday. Should. But we do got stuff to get into today. So
We'll kick it off with some NFL, starting off with the
Yay.
Tennessee Titans.
NFL.
So let's get into it. Tennessee Titans signing wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to a 2-year, $26 million deal. Obviously, they needed help in a lot of positions, wide receiver being one of them. D-Hop is he's almost on his way out pretty soon, but still wanted one more shot at the the old football. So Dylan, is it gonna help? Is it not gonna help?
I mean, it's gonna
be enough.
Is it gonna help us be a better team offensively? Yes. Do I think that we just went from a team that is gonna win 5-6 games to the division's back to ours, or South runs through us? Fuck no. I don't think that at all. I still have common sense, and I still see at the end of the day what this is. This is a wide receiver that, yes, at the end of the day, there was times where people were saying he was the best wide receiver in the league for multiple years, the past couple of years, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong. But do I think that him coming over to Tennessee is going to change the trajectory of the way that this team is going to play in any major way? No. I think that D-Hop is still on his diva shit right now, and he kind of has a right to be when he knows that he's better than everyone else. And I just don't understand how he is going to continuously help us when we still don't know who our quarterback is that's going to be throwing to him. And we have 3 quarterbacks. Right now, they all look really mid, and you could pretty much insert any of them in right now, and 2 or 3 of them are going to find their way to D-Hop. So, I'm excited.
Second highest paid QB room in the league, man.
Right. I'm excited because I'm not going to lie. I feel like the fact that we only signed him for $26 million is – I was expecting us to blow so much more money on him, so I am happy about that it was, the contract was what it was. But, I'm going to say overall, I'm not sitting here screaming like our season's saved. But I'm not obviously upset at it either. So pretty neutral, pretty happy.
Jesse, Luke, anything from you guys?
I just think it's hilarious how all the qualities D-Hop said he was looking for in a new team, none of those qualities are in Tennessee. They are not a Super Bowl contender.
Correct.
They do not have a top 10 quarterback.
Correct.
They don't have a good defense.
Yeah, no, that's normally all they have. So don't say that.
Mid-defense.
But if I'm not wrong, they've lost they lost.
Yeah, but then they also just signed 2 free agent D linemen, and Kevin Byard just restructured his contract.
Okay, thank you, Titans fan.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think this is enough for their offense, but I do still think D-Hop has more. I think D-Hop has more in the tank than people might think, as long as he doesn't re-aggravate any injuries.
Can I just ask a question that just hit my brain right now? Why the fuck did we release A.J. Brown to sign an A.J. Brown that's 10 years older than him?
Because you didn't want to pay A.J. Brown because y'all have the second highest paid quarterback room.
That just makes me upset.
And you took quarterbacks in the second round, so I don't know how you got there.
Still don't know why we took Will Levis, but I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to kill somebody.
I can't wait till he's your future.
Yeah, future backup in Pittsburgh.
He definitely could be. Luke, any thoughts on D-Hop to Tennessee?
It's I don't know. The only thought I have is he's gonna get a couple touchdowns. Will it matter? Probably not.
Probably not.
He's right.
He is accurate. All right, next up, we got the Giants signing running back James Robinson. Amidst the whole running backs needing to get paid, Saquon Barkley, very not happy situation, the Giants said, all right, well, we're going to sign another running back. See how Saquon likes that. What do you guys think about signing James Robinson?
I'll tell you what Saquon's thinking. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to be playing for a different team as soon as fucking possible.
That's what it looks like to me too. I think this is a piss off Saquon move, and if I was Saquon, I'm probably kind of pissed.
Good. I hope they run him out of that fucking city and he never comes back.
I hope he comes to Detroit, and then we have a giant RB back room.
3 running backs that are nuts.
We have a 3-headed monster Fuck a wide receiver. We're running it down your throat every fucking game. We're running it. We're gonna pull a fucking shit out of Michigan's book. Run it like 70 fucking times a game.
My only worry is
Fuck
that
it.
you guys have seen the leading team that's supposed to get Saquon, right?
Who is it? Is it Kansas City?
No.
Buffalo?
Okay.
Miami.
Dalvin Cook is no longer going to be a Minnesota Viking, and then Saquon Barkley is supposedly going to be in Minnesota.
Oh.
Now, is that
Saquon in
because-
Minnesota.
Is that because
That's okay.
he wants Minnesota, or just because they have a giant hole?
Well, that's
at
because
running
he
back?
wants money, and Minnesota will give it to him. Money talks.
Well, if Minnesota will give it to him.
It's not about where you want to play. Shohei Ohtani doesn't want to play for Detroit, but if we throw him the most money out of everybody, money talks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it still has some to do with it.
It does. It does have something to do with it. But what I'm saying, I've seen a lot of players sign a lot of stupid contracts for a lot of teams that they know aren't going to win shit because they like money.
I think James Robinson's. I think he phased out. I don't know.
I'm not going to lie.
I don't know if he's still a good player. I have no idea. I think he's, at the end of the day, of course, he's still an athlete. But can he be the James Robinson that made the Jags seem like, oh shit, did they find their new Maurice Jones?
I'm pretty sure he was, but like even though he was still being that, they're cycling in other RBs instead of sticking with them.
But
No,
then,
If I remember correctly last season.
They had a good 1-2 with him and
he's here.
thank you.
Travis Etienne.
And then my thing is once he got traded, was it to the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Once he got traded there midseason,
He didn't get used.
I was gonna say he did a couple things here and there, but that's kind of where his game fell off. So
They never like fully inserted him in the lineup. He was just there.
right, and I think that if there's a big if, Saquon is no longer in New York, obviously he is going to be RB1. So I think that's.
But if you keep Saquon, having Saquon and James Robinson,
that's what I was going
I
to say
mean,
next. But
that's
I was
pretty
going to
good.
say, but if Saquon stays, then I feel like you have a very liable RB2.
so good signing. Let's just see if they can hold on to Saquon.
I'm happy
Maybe
with
they can
it.
make him happy.
Feel the same way about D-Hop. Don't hate it. I'm going to save the season.
All right, this one's a little more interesting. The Ravens decided they're going to sign running back Melvin Gordon to a 1-year, $3 million deal. Now, what does it look like? Probably exactly what it is. Prove that you're still a good running back deal. You get 1 year, show us that you're still decent, maybe we'll re-sign you. Also, we're not good at keeping running backs, so good luck.
All right.
But Melvin Gordon did not have a good year last year.
No,
He was benched. He was fumbling the ball. This is a 1-year prove that you can still play in the NFL as a running back deal. Is it not?
Yes. And
I
I
agree.
feel like the craziest part about it is he's only going to have to prove it if something happens to somebody. Because Gus Edwards is still there.
Yep.
J.K. Dobbins is still there.
He'll get hurt.
Yep.
Even Lucius. Because that is a rude comment. Don't wish on their victory.
But he might get hurt.
He might, but I think Dobbins,
That's
I think Edwards is more likely to get hurt than Dobbins.
I'm sorry, but
Wait.
after what I saw happen to Luke when every single running back that wears a Baltimore jersey that plays running back got hurt, I don't trust him. And I will never draft a running back from the Ravens in fantasy again.
If that doesn't give you all the reason to not go on a bender and sleep past the draft, so you get auto picked the entire Raven backs, the Ravens backs.
Backfield.
Yeah,
look,
not
that
a
was
good
just
move.
bad time. That was bad time.
I was
Melvin
seeing
Gordon,
at
man,
my worst.
Good luck.
I think
We'll
Melvin
see.
Gordon is going to go over to Baltimore. He's going to be a piece that gets used. He's going to be used just like Gus and JK. He's going to be the third running back there. And then, like he said, he'll only step up if somebody gets hurt, and he won't do anything special. I'm going to go on a limb and say when the deadline comes, he's probably going to get shipped out to somewhere else. I don't think he stays in Baltimore all year.
Damn.
Unless he is the starting running back.
Unless the other two get hurt and he has to, yeah.
Or if he's a backup in a Ravens running offense,
You're probably going to play a lot.
you'll get 10 touches at least.
Mm-hmm.
He might not get the ball though, because Lamar's gonna run.
This is also true. Next thing that we
No, he's
have
gonna
is
get the ball and fumble it.
not exactly a signing, but there was definitely some writing on some paper. But that was done by a police officer. Jordan Addison of the Minnesota, new draft pick, has been issued a citation for driving 140 miles per hour in his Lamborghini around 3 a.m. Nuts. Now, the first thing that I thought when I saw this, oh my God, it's finally not Jameson Williams.
Well,
that made me happy.
That's because they weren't. That's because they weren't betting on the over/under how fast the Lambo could go.
That's true. J-Mo probably would have taken the under.
I think he did it.
Just because he probably would have lost.
I think Jordan Addison probably did this for sex. If you're driving 140 miles an hour at 3 a.m., you're doing it for a reason, man. You're trying to get where you got to go.
He was doing that Paul Walker. He was
like, not if you're just with the boys.
I don't need to look.
No, because if honestly, if you've never been in a really fast car, you wouldn't understand the absolute want just to fucking zoom. But normally, it's not in a 55 mile per hour speed zone.
It was 55
on the highway. On the highway.
If he was able to hit 140, that means he saw so much road that he said.
Well, it was extremely late at night.
Is that what you think, Jesse?
That's what I think. Unless you're telling me this was some short.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think Henry Ruggs was thinking?
Oh no.
Huh? Because he was going faster.
He was drunk.
And we saw what that.
That's also true. Henry Ruggs was extremely intoxicated.
This is true.
Addison was sober.
Jordan Addison was completely sober. This man was. That's why I agree with Luke. I think he was. I was saying it more just because I think it'd be funny. But I mean, he's clearly going on a jewelry ride. I mean, the man, he got his rookie deal. He got his rookie money. I'm assuming this Lambo is one of the first nice cars he's ever gotten. Yeah, with that money, and he said, you know what? I have the car. I have the road. There's no time like now at 3 a.m. Let's do it. And the fact that he didn't hurt anybody, he didn't injure himself, and he just, drove fast in a nice car. I'm not going to sit here and fucking yell at the guy. Like, yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, well, going 90 over the speed limit is a little much.
But I know people that do that, and they haven't been pulled over. He happened to be going 90 over in an area where a cop was. And if he was a regular civilian, we would never know this happened because it happens a lot.
This is true.
More than we think. And it's just because he's famous that we just have to talk about his citation because so many NFL stars are getting into car trouble, speeding troubles, that they had to say something.
But so are other rich people that no one knows who they are.
That too.
That's a good point. All right.
Well, at least he said he was sorry. He said he used poor judgment. Yeah, no
shit. Yep. Next up, the NFL has approved the Commanders' sale to the Josh Harris ownership group. There was a little party in Washington where they had the initial press conference and everything, and the Commanders also announced that their name may change again with the new ownership group taking over and wanting to kind of form a new identity in Washington. So they may change the name.
Well, weren't they already going to have to change it because of copyright reasons?
No, they won that lawsuit.
Oh,
so
man.
They were allowed to keep the name.
They were good to keep it. But this motherfucker, it doesn't sound like he just wants to change the name, bro. He said that he wants to erase Snyder's legacy. And I'm not going to lie. It's not a good legacy. I wouldn't really call it one. I mean, it ended
do you think he'd go as far as changing the colors?
I was going to say, it ended on the colors changing, the mascot getting scarier, the attendance getting worse, the stadium getting shittier, the team getting worse, and sexual assault allegations. And then after he resigned, he got fined for those allegations on top of it. So everything he left behind was kind of just a pile of shit that new ownership is trying to come in and erase. And honestly, they should. And, that's honestly probably where any new owner would come into this situation and want to do. So I'm happy for the Commanders on that. I think this is going to be good for them and their organization. And as far as the name changes go, I'm not even going to fucking give that any thought because they're gonna come up with something stupid. I just already know it.
You don't know that, man.
I
There
just
should
no.
be
I tried.
Just go back to my question, though. Do you think that the guy would go as far as changing the colors? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, because they're changing their name to the Washington Grim Reapers.
Washington would actually
What the
probably be really
fuck,
pissed.
Luke?
Because they got a whole
The
legacy.
Washington Grim Reapers?
No, they're not
Yes.
going to change the color.
You just pull that like out of your head, or?
No, it was out his ass.
Because I think they're not going to change the color because before Snyder and the legacy and everything, they still had that from the original Washington Redskins team and everything.
See,
So.
I don't think they'll change the color because, like, at the end of the day, sorry, society, but if you didn't get the way you've gotten, the Redskins would still be the Redskins because everyone who was with the naming of the Redskins knows that the team became the Washington Redskins to pay monument to Native Americans for the fact of how their lineage had been in Washington. And when they decided to name it, they had spoken to a chief and everything, and the chief had told them that they felt it was a respect thing. They never felt disrespected. But no, you guys feel like everything is racist, so we feel the need to cancel that. And now we got stuck with football team, we got stuck with Commanders, and a new guy comes in and he's like, both these are fucking shit. We gotta change this again, but I'll give you guys another year. Don't buy our equipment. Let's go, Sam Howell. Like,
Bro really did come in.
Let's go,
and say,
Sam
both
Howell.
These names suck.
He did. He said, you guys messed up twice.
Like,
Actually, 3 times.
Washington washing machines. They're going all
they're
the
gonna
way.
do it with a wolf. If they go wolf, that is, if anything to do with a wolf is the best.
Washington Tide Pods, baby. All white jerseys. Just so after the game, they can make a Tide Pod commercial showing how it gets all the stains out.
The Washington Softeners.
The mascot, big old thing of Tide.
They turned their
just one
mascot.
big Tide Pod.
They
The green
turned
and
their
blue, like
mascot
half square
from a
things.
lovable
Wait.
pig into the scariest hog I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. They used to have this
Washington-
big, friendly, big pink oinker coming out. Now you see that pig come out, and if I was under the age of 12, I would scream my fucking head off.
Yeah.
Well,
Washington Wild Hogs.
They make a lot of bad decisions, Dylan. Why they are who they are.
Yeah, to pay tribute to the Wild Hogs movie.
And then
Honestly, bro, I'm okay with the
That
Wild
That is a
Hogs.
great movie.
you have a pig run around the stadium.
Get Tim Allen in
Yes.
there.
And if you catch the pig, you get whatever you want.
Like the freeze at the baseball games.
Have
Do it
10
every game.
have 10 people in the pot. If someone catches the pig, that
Get it.
person.
Drag out a freaking mud pit. Get
be good.
2 pigs. And then 10 people. You got to try to catch pig. In the mud.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
What?
All
What
right.
is that? What is that for?
Fun.
Is it, oh, okay. Is that a sport?
This is for fun at halftime.
This is
All
for
right,
free
all right,
merch.
all right.
No. What are you talking about, Dylan? The entire game. They just let the pig loose. And he's running through the stands the entire game.
Well, what if he gets the
All
ball?
game.
Then you're not getting it back.
First of all,
Hopefully he runs the right way, dog.
Yeah, if we see pig fly from stands to ground, that's already crazy. But if he gets in on the play, if the pig gets in on the pigskin, off.
Don't even get him started on the pig getting the
That
pig
would've
skin.
been amazing.
That's tough.
Don't even get him going.
That'd be
All right, we got
cannibalism.
NBA news coming up next.
What's going on, guys? Tyco here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.
All right, quick little NBA recap here. There's just a couple things to go over. First things first, let's talk about the Miami Heat Damian Lillard situation. Now, the Blazers are being very difficult. The Blazers are, let's just say, being stubborn. But I'm basically just going to ask this question. All right. So Miami is getting frustrated with the Blazers' lack of communication. And specifically, the main problem is over what they want to give up for Damian Lillard. Now, or what they want in return for Damian Lillard. My bad. So here's my question to you, Jesse. If I am the Blazers and I am making this deal to get Dame to Miami, what am I waiting on? Am I waiting on
They
the
want
picks?
Hero.
Is there a certain player they're looking for? What do you think is the main thing that's dragging this out? What do you think they're looking for that they're not getting? You think it's just Hero, or do you think there's something specific?
I think it's Hero. I think it's specifically him. They don't want to get, even though Damian Lillard is obviously older than Hero, they want somebody young in return to like run with Jerami and Scoop.
Okay, I could easily see that being the problem.
They want a young trio, so they're trying to steal Hero, and they won't give them Hero because they need to get them from the depot and a bag of chips and call it a day.
That's what I'm looking at, because I feel like they want it to be Bam, Jimmy, Hero, Dame. Okay? But the thing is that Portland isn't going to let you get away with that unless they're getting one of the three I just named next to Dame.
Yeah, you can't give them Gabe Vincent or any of them people.
You know what I mean? If you give them Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and a 2020 first-round pick or 2024 first-round pick,
nope,
that's not going to work.
Nope, there's no recency bias over here. They're not having that in Miami. They're like, nah. We know what they did before that.
This is not a Jalen Brunson situation where he went crazy in the playoffs and just showed everyone that he's actually a dog. I'm sorry. Their whole fucking team was injured. And they had to step up or they wouldn't have gone as far as they did, simply put. So I'm going to say that I agree 100% with you, that I think it is the fact that there's one of those three players that they're trying to get, and Miami's like, no, we want to build the four. At the end of the day, though, if the trade goes through, out of the players, who do I think is most likely to get the boot? Bam. I think they want to keep Hero. They want to keep the younger. They want to keep Jimmy because they know he's going to be the main guy. Then that leaves Bam. And I hate to say it because I love Bam.
They can't win without Bam.
But like,
even though I talked so much shit about Adebayo.
No, you slandered him last year. So I don't even understand why you're defending him.
Because he deserved that slander. He played like a bum. He gets called out for being a bum.
Then see ya. Then you're going to Portland now.
Almost everybody on that team is playing like bums every other game. They had their stretch.
Until the playoffs hit.
They had their stretch in the playoffs. But they had a lot of regular season trash. And even some of them put too much pressure on Jimmy's back, and he was tired by the end of it.
Also true.
So this deal isn't going to go through unless we see something monstrous. It's either going to be hella picks and players that aren't one of those three.
Which will mean that it's probably Strus and Vincent and all the other.
They can't get rid. They'll keep Caleb.
If it's pick heavy, then the role players on Miami will go.
I think they'll get rid of one role player and like 4 picks.
Do they have that trade capital?
I think they do.
If they do, then they can, but honestly, I'm excited to see what happens with that, and I think we all know what we want to happen. We'll just see if it does. All right.
Cleveland, this is for Cleveland.
Cleveland has officially won the Summer League. They beat the Rockets to win the 2024 NBA Summer League. Amani Bates already out here winning gold, baby. Telling you what. Keep an eye on him. Cleveland won the Summer League, and Cam Whitmore from the Rockets, who made it to the finals, won the Summer League MVP. That's all I have on the Summer League. Do you have anything?
Imagine not having to get the dub. Still getting the MVP. Heard that.
Yeah, but here's how I always feel every year when the Summer League's over. It was good. I'm ready for basketball season now. Thanks for the tease. I'll see you in 3 months for the NBA season. I fucking hate that they do that. But the final thing that we have is Stephen Curry. Plays in the NBA. But we're going to talk about a little bit of golf. So in one day of golf, one course, might I add, this man Stephen Curry hit a no-look putt like he would have a 3. Hits the putt, looks away, walks around, thanks everybody, takes his hat off, shakes hands. Putt hasn't even gone in yet. Ball rolls in, and it's just like, holy shit, this man is inhuman. Stephen Curry's doing Stephen Curry shit, right? You could look at him like only Curry could do this. 3 holes later, hits a fucking hole-in-one. Loses his mind on the course like everybody else, with everybody else. And Stephen Curry just proves that he's an absolute. Look how happy Jesse is at this. He's so amused and impressed right now. He can hardly contain his facial muscles. So Stephen Curry, absolute pro when it comes to the sport of golf. I mean, he had a hole-in-one and a no-look putt in the span of 4 holes.
He knows how to
Motherfucker's inhuman.
He knows how to arc balls.
He's not human. You're not allowed to break the fucking record for 3-point shots and be a legend in basketball and win all these rings and then just go up to another sport and fucking do that good at that too. It's not how life works, okay?
Did you not see?
Did
you not know Deion Sanders prime time out here hitting for the Sox and running off his socks?
Look, there's a couple people that were different, and that's just because they were scientifically built in a lab, and I haven't gotten the proof back to show that it happened. Michael Jordan was built in a lab. Okay.
So Michael Jordan was built in a lab.
That's why he was able to play for the White Sox and he was able to play for the Bulls at the same time. That's why.
Jordan never made majors.
But he would have. If he would have stuck to it and he would have focused how he focused on basketball and baseball, we'd be having a whole different conversation.
We didn't need him to do that.
No, we didn't. I'm actually happy he didn't.
He's not like Deion, who gets a ribby in the morning and a touchdown at night.
No, I'm kind of happy he didn't because then he became the basketball legend he was. But Stephen Curry doing unhuman things. It's just another fucking Tuesday for that guy. All right, over to MLB news. We got a couple things here in the baseball world. First things first, we got something that really grinds my fucking gears.
Actually, first things first.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right, Jesse, I got a question. Do you like Fenway Park?
No.
Do you like the Green Monster?
No.
Okay, well then I have good news for you.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Oh, man. Thought you were going to tell me they were taking it away.
Nope. Fenway Park is officially starting a new project for the Fenway Corners, and officially what that means is a giant hotel glass will be added right behind the Green Monster for all windows to be smashed. It is a $1.6 billion project approved by Boston. It is also going to feature right outside of the Monster and the stadium walkways and restaurants and outdoor seating, and they're going to make it a whole thing. But the biggest thing that everyone's talking about is this giant hotel, and everybody fucking hates it. I'll start. You're taking something in baseball that not only is it historic, not only is it something that nobody else in baseball has, not only is it a landmark that people go to the stadium to see, and you're ruining it. Don't fucking touch the Monster. Don't shrink it. Don't raise it.
But they're not touching the Monster. They're
But
going
they're
right
gonna put a
behind
giant
it.
glass hotel behind it.
But they're
You
not
know that
touching
right
it. You
behind
said
the
don't touch it.
Monster- You know that right behind the Monster, there's fucking hundreds of fans in batting practice and
Not
in the
anymore.
playoffs that will stand in the parking lot.
But you know
because
what?
the
You know
balls will
what?
come.
They're not making money for the city. So the city said, fuck this. We're just going to put a hotel right there. Everybody's going to want to be in this hotel. It's going to cost a lot of money to stay there. We're going to make a bunch of money. It's going to be good for the city. Bam. That's what they're doing.
Any chance a ball can go through one of these windows?
I was just about to say, so are they just going to let the windows be open, and if you get hit by a
No, I'm
baseball,
saying-
that's your fault, or is it
Well,
like we're going to?
look, they have a hotel in Toronto and they haven't had any problems.
Well, Toronto made
And
bullet.
it's literally like in the stadium.
Toronto had bulletproof glass windows.
Do you
didn't
think
say
they won't do the
anything
same
about-
thing?
They didn't say anything about what
It's
Fenway was going to
1.9
do.
billion. 1.6
You don't.
billion.
You don't. Yeah, $1.6 billion. You don't think it's going to be high quality glass?
I hope so. It's got to be plexiglass, right?
Dylan, it's going to be good. Okay, it's going to be good.
A little more than plexiglass.
I thought plexiglass was expensive.
It is, but I think there's about 3 or 4 glasses above it,
Okay.
at least.
I think that I hate this. I just want to let everyone know. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
No,
Just put panels of hockey glass in there. You guys.
Yeah, this is
five
this,
together.
this is bad. This is bad. Stop trying to modernize old time baseball. If I see somebody say there's going to be renovations at Wrigley Field, I'm going to kill somebody. But I digress.
They renovate the stands.
No, that was fine because
not touch
that
the
was
field?
them adding people to the stadium because they literally had the smallest amount of attendance and it wasn't even close. So I understood why that was happening, and I wasn't that mad at that. And they didn't change anything with the field dimensions at all. They left everything the same. But let's talk about your Orioles, Jesse, or maybe not.
You talking about that first? You
I was
talking about
gonna
that
say,
first place
yeah,
team? You talking about that first place? We'll get there.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna swerve me, so we're gonna get there. But
Talk
let's
about fucking
DJ
Uiagalelei.
Uiagalelei. So
Uiagalelei.
Uiagalelei. So he has officially
Closer.
been drafted to the MLB. I didn't know this motherfucker played baseball. Now, everyone that knows this man knows him as the Clemson quarterback. But you didn't know he officially transferred to Oregon State last year, and that's where he is going to be this year. So he is now an Oregon State quarterback. But DJ, I guess he played a little bit of baseball in his time. I had no idea he even played until he got drafted by the Dodgers. Dodgers had their last round of the MLB draft and said, we're taking DJ. If things don't work out, maybe he'll come over here. I thought this was funny. I just wanted to bring this up. Do you have anything to say?
Figures the Dodgers would take him. What position does he play? Or is he a pitcher?
I want to say he's a
He
pitcher.
is a pitcher.
Yeah.
I thought so.
The
You're
former
quarterback.
right-handed pitcher who last played baseball competitively during his junior year of high school in 2019.
It's been a minute.
It's obviously very
junior
unique.
year of
Our
high
first
school.
time drafting a quarterback like this, Dodgers Vice President of Amateur Scouting, Billy Jasperino, said, "We got to do more due diligence on what this looks like, but we're very serious about it, and I think DJ is too. For now, the likelihood of Uiagalelei ever pursuing a baseball career, let alone one day taking the mound for the Dodgers, who likely would develop the former two-way prospect as a pitcher, is unclear. The Dodgers, however, had been in contact with Uiagalelei for more than a year, confident that the 22-year-old who used to throw in the mid-90s in high school still has a deep passion for baseball."
Hey now, and he's got that quarterback arm. If DJ goes over to Oregon,
He was a
State,
five-star prospect in
continues to
2020
do-
high school football class, but
continues to do
before
what he
that,
did
he
at
was doing
Clemson,
both.
He will be right in the baseball field. Play like shit at Clemson. He'll probably go over and play like shit at this place. And if I'm being honest with you, that offensive line is horrible over there. So I guarantee that he will.
He'll probably play baseball.
Might not be a bad move. All right, now we can talk about your first place Orioles, who have officially snatched first place from the Rays. They tied them, then they played them, then they beat them, and now they have sole possession. Tampa Bay Rays, on the downslope. Baltimore Orioles. Ring, ring, ring on the uprising.
Let's keep it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
As you can see, Luke loves it.
The consistent bats are being consistent.
Oh no. Oh no, the Rays are going to miss playoffs now. It's all bad. It's downhill. Psych! They're still making playoffs.
Yeah, they are. They're still 60-40, and they're still in the best division in baseball. So I don't think that they have anything to worry about. But Baltimore, I kind of like this because Baltimore was always a team where in this division where you were just like, I'm happy that Baltimore is over 500. I'm happy they're playing good baseball. But now you're looking at them like, oh, wait a minute now. Baltimore is actually one of the best teams in the American League. They're kind of like how I look at the Diamondbacks. Like at first I'm like, all right, I'm just happy that the Diamondbacks are actually playing good. But then enough games pass to where I go, all right, wait a minute. They're actually a fucking contender here in the National League. Like, I feel similar with Baltimore.
Yep, I tried telling you.
Well, they're both your teams. You guys should both be happy about that. Yeah.
Well, his team's not at first anymore. But, yeah, you can be happy about second place.
But his team is still 20 games over 500.
You just sniffed out first just recently. Let's see how the Orioles keep up. Because the Diamondbacks found their bats again, and they are rolling
12
again.
years old, and a single ray of hope is all I need in this world that I think is great.
And on top of it, the Orioles just traded for Shintaro Fujinami, pitcher from the Oakland A's. Their closer. Well, he was originally a starting pitcher. Then he had a 10 ERA. Then he went to a closer and went 8 for 8. They were like, shit, maybe you should not be a starter. Maybe you should just pitch the ninth. And then he became a closer over there. Baltimore, who already has a crazy bullpen with Michael Givens and Bautista, just added another great relief pitcher to that bullpen as well. So, nice little stock-up piece for Baltimore. Next.
Oh, wait, hold up. I'm just looking at the standings now. And the only reason they're in first is because they have less games played.
1%.
Well, let's see what that win percentage looks like when they play the same amount of games.
Win percentage?
Because right now Tampa Bay is 61-40, and Baltimore is 59-38.
Yeah, and we have to assume
they have less wins and less losses.
Sorry that you don't get to play every single game in Tampa Bay because you guys are in a dome.
Sorry that
it rains sometimes in Baltimore.
That sucks.
Okay. But guess
that
what?
Sucks.
We'll play the same amount of games at the end of the season.
Let's see what happens when they catch up on those 4 games.
Yeah, and they're going to be double headers. We'll see.
Sweeping up, cleaning up, moving on down the way.
Next thing that we have is the downfall of the Yankees, and I am all fucking here for it right now. The Yankees just got swept by the Angels. God damn. You know how fucking mad you got me to get back to work with a goddamn motherfucking Angels? God damn. So they got swept by the Angels. Also, the Yankees have not won a series since July. In July. They have not won a series in July. And they're also 3.5 games out of the wild card. And
they're worse than the division.
First time they have been last in their division since 1960.
Way to look trash. Way to look trash, Judge. You should have broke the record last year, and you did it. And now we're here.
You love to see it, if I'm being completely honest. New York is a team that everybody, especially in the baseball world, will always pray on their downfall, whether you're the Mets or the Yankees. So the fact that they're doing this in front of everybody with everyone to see as one of the highest payrolls in baseball, you're an open target to get slandered. The Yankees are obviously in the hardest division in baseball, but on top of it, when you are playing, I don't want to say 500 baseball, but that's what it is. They're playing 500 baseball with Aaron Judge. They played it all year last year, and it worked. It's not going to work this year when you have Baltimore and Tampa Bay playing the way that they're playing. I literally think that's how it is. I think they're playing exactly how they played last year, but the 3 other teams that are next to them are playing miles ahead of them when they were last year.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. So, love to see that the Yankees are falling. Hopefully they continue to fall all the way out of that playoff picture indefinitely. All right, so we got a little bit of a sad story here. So Jared Kelenic, who was playing his first full season for Seattle, was having a great year, batting over 280. He's hit over 20 homers. He's got over 70 RBIs. He's one of their best hitters. We talked about how everybody on that team strikes out. He's one of the few that doesn't. But he did. He struck out in a game. He got so mad. He walked over to the cooler. He wound that foot back. He kicked it like an extra point. And he broke his foot. And then you got him in the next interview the next day crying about how he let himself down, his teammates down, the organization down. Yeah, I mean, you broke your foot on a cooler. You did it to yourself. It's like when Chris Sale
you struck out.
Tore his arm because he wanted to throw a fucking fit in the dugout. I mean, God, man, you broke your foot off a fit?
Kicking a cooler.
That's gotta suck.
You already put yourself down enough, so I won't do that for you. But good fucking job, Squirt. You guys were doing stuff, and you let your guys down.
Yeah, you're now out for the year, and when everybody asks you, hey, why aren't you playing?
I couldn't control my temper, and I kicked the cooler. And it broke my foot, and now I'm cast up all season.
Why you got that cast on? Because I didn't think he was going to throw me a slider. I was sitting fastball. That's why. All right. Next piece of news. And Tyler, Luke, if you guys want to come in for this is food. MLB food. Now, before the season started, I officially revealed to you guys that
you already brought this up.
I know. The Rangers were selling the Boomstick Burger that was 2 foot long that looked like this. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Now, there has been 2 things that have been revealed since this has came out. 2, the sales for the burger have been well below average, and the stadium is not happy about it. The second thing, which might have to do with the first thing, is it's $40.
Oh my God.
It is $41.99.
Well, that's why
for this. Yeah.
No one's gonna pay $40 to not finish something they bought for $40.
Increase that, cut it in half, and sell it for $18.99 with your tax.
Look,
when you can buy
a 2-foot burger.
Sell a 1-foot burger.
Here's my thought process. Here's my thought process going into debating on buying this. I'm like, do I want this big ass burger that I'm not even gonna eat half of it for $40? Or do I want to buy a double Jack and Coke with a lime for $30?
Right? Or you want to go over to somewhere else and buy a regular cheese.
I'm getting the double Jack and Coke with a lime for
every
$30 10 out of 10 times.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna enjoy myself.
But here's my thing. You can't sit over here as a stadium and be like, damn, we thought introducing this new food product, people were gonna love it, and it was just gonna, it was gonna pop off on the menu. But people aren't buying it like that.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned
$40.
Pretty sure I mentioned last time we
that's
brought
all
this
of the
up,
problem.
or last time you brought this up for the first time, that I was like, this is probably not going to go too well.
Well, they were excited, and I think that I think they said something about opening week. Like, fans were, like, excited to get it, and it turned into, like, one fan would get it, and the whole row was eating it. Like, they'd cut it into pieces, and then you see shit on Twitter of, like, everybody's getting a piece of the burger, and it would go through the whole row. See,
yeah,
exactly.
So here's my thing. If I'm going to the game and I look at my row and I'm like, yo, everybody want to throw $10, $5 for this fucking burger? We're all going to eat it. That's different. And that's probably the only way I would get the Boomstick burger.
Like, did they really think one person was going to buy this?
One hungry-ass motherfucker was like, you know what? I could eat 2 feet of a burger.
This is a fucking family, like 2 family meals.
You can definitely chop that up.
Keep in mind,
you,
it is
the kiddos, and the dog.
Keep in mind, it is 2 feet of beef, melted cheese, chili, onion rings, jalapenos. And then
Yeah,
props for whoever has to cut that up.
for
Good
real.
luck.
Bro, whoever's in the row, the chop guy, yeah. You trust me to cut this and give you a good serving that isn't falling out of the bun?
It's going to be falling apart. We need some cups. Everybody finish your drink. You're going to need your cup.
We're getting beer burger at it. Yeah.
All right, Dylan.
What
All right.
are-
That was all that I had for the food. I just kind of wanted your guys' reaction. All right. Next thing that we have is the MLB trade deadline rumors. And essentially what I want to do here is I did this last year. And now that I have Jesse with me,
Mhm.
I have somebody to play this with. Now, essentially, I am just going to reveal, I'm probably going to do like 5 or 6 top free agents. You tell me, do they stay? Do they go? And if so, where do you think they could end up going? Alrighty? We're going to start with the Chicago White Sox and Yasmani Grandal. He is in a situation
Out
where
the league.
they're selling.
Out the league.
You'll delete?
No, where he's. I think he.
Oh,
I think
okay,
he picks him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this.
Who do I think should pick him up?
I'm just gonna.
Baltimore.
Wow. Why? They
Because
have Adley, so that's very interesting.
they have Adley. They do have Adley. But sometimes
I was gonna say
we
Miami.
get a little freaky and we move Adley to first base. If another catcher plays, I believe Yasmani could be a bench bat. Come on. He's still got some pop in his life.
I agree. I honestly think he should go to Miami. Go to the Marlins. I had to get a little spot there, or maybe
Maybe too hot for him.
I hate to say it, I really do, but I think a really good landing spot for him would be Houston. I hate saying it because I don't like the Astros, but I think that would be a great landing spot for him as well. All right, another person that I want to get into here is somebody that was an all-star, and sometimes he pitches really good, sometimes he pitches really bad. I'm talking about Josh Hader, left-handed pitcher, currently on the Padres. He was a closer from Milwaukee, got traded last year at the deadline, surprisingly, to San Diego, and now he's been in talks the past couple of weeks with teams such as the Phillies, the Diamondbacks, and the Rangers.
Philly needs him the most.
I think, okay, first off, I think he is going to go because the Diamondbacks, they're not playing. I mean, the Padres are not playing anywhere near they thought they would be. And the fact that they have the lineup that they do and are 6 games under 500.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
No, they're
I know
not.
you love it. But I think he's going just to get that off the table.
Yeah, I do too.
You said Philly, you think? Because honestly,
I think Philly needs him the most out of those teams.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think actually out of the 3 teams that I need, the D-backs. They might not need him in terms of that relief pitching squad in Arizona is the only thing that I look at and I get a little nervous at. Their starting pitching staff is great.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that one.
Gallon in the gang.
I don't have to worry about them boys at all. It's their bullpen that I get a little shaky. So that's something that I think that would be a move that they would.
Castro would perform a lot better if I stopped watching when he pitched. I had a bet the other day. Diamondback is not their money line, but the under 9 in the game after they won 16-13 and then they won 5-3. So I'm like, okay, maybe things have toned down.
Okay.
And Gallon was pitching, and I forgot who it was for the Braves, but I think it was Strider. And he's cut. So I'm like, okay, under 9 runs in the game. I like that. And then they both get taken out. Then Castro's coming up. The Diamondbacks have an 5-3 lead.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is making me nervous. I'm not a fan of this. Castro's coming in because every time I watch Castro relieve or close a game, he kind of gets lit up a tiny bit.
Yeah, Miguel is a little shaky.
Yeah, he can be shaky. Shaky warrior.
You say Gallon?
I said Miguel.
Oh. Well,
Miguel
anyways.
Castro, yeah.
Yeah. Well, every time I've watched him try and close out a game or do something, gets thrown in there. You know, he doesn't perform well. But then I heard the announcers go, "Hey, well, the last 9 games he's played, he's only given up 1 run." And I'm like, okay, show me. Proceeds to get lit up.
Announcer jinx, god damn it.
And then a bomb. And I'm like, well, fuck, that's a 3-run bomb. Now they have the lead, and the over just hit, and now I'm pissed. And
Rightfully so.
I gotta stop watching games that he gets put in.
So
I just gotta turn it off.
So I assume you are for getting Josh Hader.
I'm for it,
Okay.
but if we still have if Castro's coming into the game, I am not watching the game anymore. I'm turning it off because apparently he can only perform very good when I'm not watching.
Yeah, you make him nervous.
I have never seen him do good, and then I hear the stat, and then the D-backs are always going to him, so he's got to be performing good. He's got to be a good pitcher.
Oh, he's got to be, right?
Not when I'm watching.
All right, we got a couple more players here. Another player that was also in talks with the Arizona Diamondbacks, staying on the Chicago White Sox, is Lucas Giolito, 2-time All-Star, who is one of the better pitchers in the league. Now, I'm actually going to take a weird approach here, and even though I think that he's in talks with Arizona, I think he should go to Baltimore.
I don't know where Giolito was useful at because he still got his juice in the tank. He does.
Yeah.
But you'd want him to be like the 4th guy you have in your rotation.
Yes, and I agree. And if you had, he'd probably be the third in Baltimore, and he would be good.
You think so? Even though we brought up,
you'd have John Means, Grayson Rodriguez, and then you'd be the 3rd.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
No, I feel like there's somebody missing. I think
there is.
There's definitely someone we're missing, and I should know his name, and it's bothering me I don't.
No, I know exactly what I know. I know that you're right. But as you're scrambling for that, we have 3 more names that I want to get to. Starting off with Kramer, yes. Starting off with Max Scherzer and the New York Mets. So Scherzer's deal with the Mets and everything that has basically been going on for the past couple weeks is looking like he's not going to be there because Scherzer's in a win now mentality and the Mets are winning now. They're losing a lot. He's been in talks with the Rangers. He's been in talks with the Astros. He's been in talks with the Diamondbacks. And you know what all 3 of those teams have in common? They're winning. So Max Scherzer is looking like he's going to get dealt at the deadline. If he does, I think he could go to either one of those teams, being the Rangers, Diamondbacks, or Astros. Any team that's a contender, currently in the front runner right now, or any team in the AL West, or my bad, AL North, he'll go. That's what I think. But I think he probably will get traded because the Mets have no reason to keep him in that contract when they're playing the way they are.
You are not wrong, good old chap.
Yes, sir. All right, 2 people left. Last player over on the White Sox, and this one is probably the most notable player on that team. Talk about Tim Anderson. Now, Tim Anderson is somebody that a lot of people were like, if the trade and the selling happens, he won't go. But then in the past week, Tim has been very vocal about the fact that he has no problem going. If he gets traded, he gets traded, and he doesn't really feel like he has some ties to Chicago where, he wants to be here forever. And now the people are like, oh, Tim, why are you saying that? Well, maybe it's because Tim's realizing that the organization is currently going to shit, and he wants to get out of there. And I don't blame him. So, do I think he'll get dealt? I don't know. But I want him to, personally.
If he doesn't get dealt, I need Luis dealt. One of them 2 got to get away from there.
They already said no. They literally already shut down Luis trade talks, which makes no sense to me. Because if you want anything in the future, you're going to get it all through him.
All right. Well, yes, Tim's gone.
He has to be then, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Chicago is selling. I think they're going to sell. And it's sad because I feel like 2 years ago, they were just stacking up to actually make a push. And now they have to get rid of all those pieces. But you know what? It's on our division, so I'm not really that upset. Final person we have, the main man, Shohei Ohtani.
There's trade rumors?
There's always trade rumors with Shohei.
Ain't nobody gonna
always trade rumors with Shohei
right now.
You wanna know why? It's because he's on the final year of his deal. So if somebody wants to pay him to pull some, hey, I'm gonna smack you with some money. 1 year you're on this team, like for the rest of this year, and then you ride out in free agency and you can sign your $600 million deal for 8 years wherever you want to really go. And that's why I said last podcast, you take a team that's like trying to make a push, like Cincinnati or something like that pays him the money. They don't have to throw all their money at him. They get him for a year, and they just make some push with them. It could be very fun to watch. But being a realistic baseball fan, the Angels are stubborn. They're not going to get rid of Mike Trout. They're not going to get rid of Shohei Ohtani, and I hate that organization. Anyway, Jesse, I think I know what you're going to say.
Ohtani is bring on the ball. But no, Tigers. Yeah, listen, you can't make a push. So pay him for a year. Show him around town. Show him spots. Then you get him in a room with a video camera doing some things that he wasn't supposed to, and you hold it over his head like blackmail and make sure he joins the team.
So, Shohei, just so you know, if we ever want to go back to Japan, everybody in Japan is going to see this video.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
So you might want to stay in Detroit. I don't know, forever.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's not a bad play. There's worse plays. But that is the deadline. And the good thing is that in 1 week from today, it's the deadline. So shit will be moving. But the next time that we I just making sure. Is there anything else we have, Ty? Or are we outie 500? Outie 500. All right. So the next time we should be seeing you guys will be Wednesday. Don't hold me to that. We should be. But should see you Wednesday with all four of the boys, hopefully joining you guys. And we can tell you what's been going on in the next couple of days of sports. If you want to see more of what you saw, you can head over to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast on Twitch and on YouTube. If you want to check out our Twitter and Instagram, that is at Ride the Tide 586. If you want any other podcast for sports or for whatever else your needs could possibly be, or you want a t-shirt, you want merchandise, whatever that could be, head over to Six Pack Coverage right up there. If you're going to be betting on baseball, sports, or whatever fits your fancy, make sure you download the Sharp app right up there as well on the App Store and start betting immediately and making some money. Like I said, the next time that we should be joining you guys will be Wednesday. I'm Nick Dilly. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.